Hey, Good Fox here. So we got MUT Men episode number 106, and I'm joined, as always, by the Texas boy. How are you, good sir?
We are great.
Ooh,
How about you?
you sound a little full of life today. What's up?
Man, I'm getting ready to go hang out with my boy out in Boston. So I'm one day away. This time tomorrow. Oh, probably this time tomorrow I'll be probably eating some shrimp, some seafood,
Shrimp is big in
enjoying the
Boston?
night.
Wait, shrimp's not big in Boston?
Well, seafood.
Oh, okay. Is that
Clam chowder?
is that where you put where you chew food and show people it on your tongue?
Oh, like this episode of SpongeBob? Just chew it and show your tongue out. Nah, you got chowder's weird, right? It's a weird texture, weird taste.
A little
But it's
bit.
good.
Yeah.
It's good though.
Yeah. Clam chowder you gonna be eating? How about lobster? Lobster is big out there.
I don't
Ain't it?
know. I've never actually ate a lobster,
Really?
so I don't even know what a lobster tastes like. If I like lobster, it's just way too expensive for an animal to be that good, right? Because I feel like if I paid $40 for a lobster, I'm gonna lie about it being good because I don't want to tell nobody I paid that much for a lobster. It was terrible.
Dude,
You know what I'm saying?
that happens. Yeah, that happens so much. Like people have to justify their purchase. Like, no, it was great. Like people yell at me in the comments section of like cards that they bought and maybe even powered up and like, no, this is a great card. No, you just sunk over 1 million coins into it. It's not a great card. Don't bullshit yourself. Same thing with that. You make a really good point on lobster. That's funny as hell.
So that's kind of how I feel about it. So I guess we'll try, man. So it should be a fun trip. Trying to hit up the Red Sox game while we're up there. Maybe go see the Celtics, and then.
Does this friend have a name? Is it anybody on YouTube that we know?
Oh, Vic.
Oh yeah.
Dictionary HD, and maybe 2 more YouTubers might show up. Who knows? It might be a fun trip.
Oh, you're not gonna call him out though?
Well, I don't want to say it because then people put pressure on them to go, and if they don't go, that's their fault.
Are you gonna vlog it?
Yes, we got the camera ready. I didn't get the mic yet, but this time you will see this on YouTube. So I'll come back next Tuesday and give you all the juicy details.
So you guys gonna be doing like theme drafts at Vic's place? Or wait, where does Vic live out there?
No, he lives out in Carolina. We're gonna be just going out there and doing some collabs, some dad jokes, maybe some IRL stuff, some combine shit, maybe.
Oh, that'd be fun. Can one of you streak on the Red Sox field and get that on video?
We get the Vitalis juice, get out there. Bro, if it wasn't Boston, possibly. I'm afraid to be in prison in Boston, so no, we're not doing it.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry. They don't throw you like prison. They might throw you in jail, but like.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not throw you in prison. I'm most definitely getting thrown in prison.
I see what you're getting at. We'll move on. Hey, any text messages this week with April Fools this past week? Any text messages?
Text message this week. So yeah, April Fools was what, Sunday, and I don't like. I'm at the point now where people don't really try to prank me too much. So somebody did come in and say that she was pregnant. I'm like, okay. And she was like, it's April Fool's. I'm like, but like, I don't care if you're pregnant or not because I'm not with you. So like, why are you telling me this? Like, it's a weird thing to do, right? If you're gonna tell somebody that you're pregnant or you're getting married or whatever, make sure that person cares about you. Because the joke is not gonna land if the person doesn't care about you.
You sound like
you
sound like such a cruel person in real life.
What?
Like, do you have no empathy for other people?
Like, no, think about it. I'm weird. I told you about this. I'm really weird. Like, I have empathy for people I shouldn't have it for. So I may be a sociopath.
I can actually see that.
I have empathy for like the guy that cheats on his or husband or wife. I don't know why I said husband. That was really weird. I have empathy for the person that like causes the car accident and kills like 3 people, but I don't have empathy for some people I probably should have it for. I'm really weird. I'm programmed differently.
So for listeners, if Tex ever doesn't show up on a podcast one week and I never talk about him again, just know that like they found the bodies in his backyard. Like he's gone to prison. I'm never gonna and I'll never talk about it.
Yeah, my first phone call is gonna be like, yo, the MUT Men podcast. We can do it from jail. I can try to get clearance in the library. They got shitty internet though, no mic, so you might hear somebody in the background talking to you about this, and he may have some opinions about MUT and about how to make a proper shift.
I like that. I would be. I'm fine continuing the MUT Men podcast in that case. But anyways, talking about MUT Men podcast this week, we have legendary Lemon. I don't know, Lemon. How would you classify yourself? A fan of MUT? Basically, he's one of the most knowledgeable people on MUT, but he doesn't do YouTube much. Can you introduce yourself, Lemon?
Hey, what's up? Yeah, most knowledgeable person on MUT. That's a decent intro. I like that. I don't know if that's true, but hey, I'll take it. But yeah, I've been playing MUT since like about MUT 13, end of MUT 12, and yeah, I really like it. And yeah, I guess that's it. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. So like you're not like frequently we have people like I guess you call them influencers or YouTubers. You're more of kind of like a fan of it and kind of interact from that point of view, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like your kind of viewpoint, something that we don't really get, because we get a lot like creators want excitement in packs, and I think this is something similar to like fans want a lot of this too, right? And people that like aren't creating content for the mode. But so you're like kind of from the end user standpoint, it's good to get your view on these topics, and that's what we're kind of gonna talk about at the beginning of this podcast. So right off the bat, like how have you seen MUT change from when you started to now?
Well, I know. So I remember back like playing MUT when I was younger, back like MUT 13. It was definitely a way more like crazy, like chaotic mode, obviously way easier to get coins and cards. And now it's kind of turned, I think they've kind of changed it from a more like casual, like really fun, kind of like silly, everybody can have everything kind of game, to slowly more of like a systematic kind of like, if you want something, you're going to have to work for it. And like, if you log in this day, like, what you have to grind for. I think back then they just kind of did like whatever.
Okay.
And I think now it's kind of changed a little bit.
Which one do you like better?
It's kind of a mix. I feel like right now it's a little bit too systematic, and it's not, and they don't really have like a lot of content either. Like it'd be different if it was, like Madden 16 where you knew what was coming, but yet you had stuff every day. It's just kind of like a boring systematic where like what's coming, but you don't care. Like I see the retweet to reveal, the NFL replays, and it takes them like 20 minutes to get 1,000 retweets because nobody really cares about those cards. So I think it's just, I don't know. Yeah. I think it's kind of like an in between. I would say probably like Madden 16 would be like the perfect balance. If just like the overall formula was like this year's. So like you couldn't have like gold cards that were like this year's like 95 overalls.
Wait, what do you mean by that?
Like, so in Madden 16, like you could have gold cards and stuff that would have like 97 run block and like 95 pass block, and they would essentially be like the equivalent of like this Madden's 95 overalls. So I feel like back then it was like you could use like a super budgety team and they would still have like amazing stats.
Yeah, like we got like a silver card. Was it Perriman in 16 had 97 speed out of the box? Or Dree Archer had 96 and was the toss god. Texas, do you feel a similar thing happened with MUT going from 13 to now? It's more systematic, less fun, as you'd say.
I wouldn't say it's less fun because the gameplay has been improved, and so I guess it's kind of, I would say, balanced out because the gameplay wasn't what the fun part about Madden was. I want to say back then, probably the fun was like the 16 and up has been better, but before 16 it wasn't as what it is today. So I think it's probably shifted. So the packs and like playing the actual game, like in like doing like objectives or getting like quick sells, isn't there anymore. So that's not the fun part. But the gameplay is still fun despite how frustrating it can be at times. I think it's kind of balanced out and switched from one being fun and the other one being boring.
So you think if we went back to like old MUT but like kept improving the gameplay along how it's been improving these last few years, that would be the ideal?
I think it would be because like you think about what it was last year. Last year we didn't even have flashback packs. We had to beg these guys for them to put flashback packs into the game. So like they took them out of the game because they didn't want us pulling. I don't know, like for what? And then quick sells again this year. We didn't even. They put back flashbacks and then the quick sells are gone. I know to get daily objective stuff, but if I wanted to use my gold tokens on a large quick sell, I can't even do that. I can't do a 60 or 50 large quick sell pack opening if I wanted to, because that's no longer an option. Once I log onto the game for 60 days, it don't pull those packs.
Yeah, and even at launch, we couldn't even sell those tokens either, could we, with the bronze or the silver?
No, you couldn't even do any of that. Like so
we had to beg for that too.
They switched up because like even though, like I said, we're all frustrated by a lot of the stuff in this year's gameplay, I still get on stream, I still record videos, and I still have a fun time. So yeah, that's all. That's a good. That's a positive.
Which is weird because you hear people saying how the gameplay's gone down, and I think it's kind of across the board. Everybody thinks MUT's gone down, but the gameplay has kind of gotten mixed reviews. Like I'm kind of there with Tex. Like that old gameplay, like there was some pretty bad exploits. Or it's like, or you just faced like the nanos or the PA end around in 15 and stuff. But like Well, I think Lemon made a really good point. Everything is so systematic and rigid now, and do this, get that. And that's something I hadn't really, like, I guess, completely formulated in my mind, but it's a really good point. Like, it's kind of something I sort of asked Jake. Like, it just seems cut and paste every promo. Like, was the answer sheet left out, and that's kind of how we get it every single time. But I don't know. You're right. I mean, that's just not that fun. But the thing is, like, we just got this not April Fool, but this Easter promo with the egg hunt, and that was a little different. And the community's absolutely, like, I'm hearing from people on stream and in comments, like Easter has been the best promo of this year. A lot of people are saying. Lemon, would you agree with that, or is there another promo that you liked better?
Yeah, well, first off, I just want to say I definitely agree with Texas. Like, and you in Texas, the gameplay has gotten better. Because I remember, like, in years past, I used to never even touch head-to-head. You know, between the rewards and especially, like, the nano blitzes were just, like, it would just drive me crazy. And so I just didn't really play much head-to-head at all. And I think now with Weekend League, you know, even though, like, some could argue the rewards could be better, which they could. It's definitely way better than like head-to-head seasons, which is what we used to have, where you spend like 30 minutes and get 1,000 coins, and that's basically all you're playing for. But in terms of the Easter promo, yeah, it's definitely been one of my favorite promos of the year. I think the Easter scramble packs were kind of fun to open with coins. Solos were pretty good. The egg hunt thing, it was really cool at first, and I still do like that aspect that they gave us those eggs in that way instead of just giving them to us through objectives list. The only flaw that I found this, so it might ruin this for some people, sorry, but I'm pretty sure most people already know this. They're only doing silver tokens and gold tokens for the sets. So, and it's in a pattern. So each day, like, say, for example, like today's a gold token, so tomorrow you have to put in the silver token. It's the same two things every time. So if you just go in your item binder and click on the gold token, it'll say add to Easter Scramble token exchange or whatever. So you don't even really have to go through all the sets and like find the egg hunt, because you can literally just click on your token and add it to the set and you're done. So that's the one flaw. But other than that, I think it's pretty cool though.
Yeah, that's nice. So thanks for ruining that. Appreciate it. People,
Sorry.
you just basically told people that the Easter Bunny isn't real. Great job, Lemon.
No, Easter Bunny is really real. Just the MUT Easter Bunny isn't. It's just Jake Stein.
Nice. So, Texas, what do you think about that? Easter promo, best of the year, or do other promos beat it out?
I don't think this could be the best promo of the year if we didn't get Easter eggs that had items inside those eggs, right? I'm still partial to Christmas Part 2.
Really? Everybody hated
Still
that no
partial.
ghosts. No ghosts, dude. What's the deal?
know,
That was
there's
the
no
biggest
ghosts,
complaint
but-
of the year. No ghosts.
There's no team of the week pack inside of egg. There's no pro pack inside of eggs. Like, there's none of that. So it might be the best promo by default, just because the amount of coins you can make, the amount of good players that you can get. But because like that Lawrence Taylor set, like it'll cost you 1 million coins to do it, maybe less than that if you out here buying. If you're doing the solo challenges and doing all the stuff you need to get those players at a cheap price. And then on top of that, you can sell Lawrence Taylor back and take 200,000 coin hit and then get 4 great cards that'll start on a lot of people's teams today. So it is great for all aspects. Again, money spenders probably need more. I don't know why these packs aren't good for people who spend money in the game, but it probably is the best promo just because of the amount of stuff that you can do, and then the daily stuff into the game where it's not doing an objective list like Lemon said. You're getting on and having to just put cards in set, which is actually much easier. It's more expensive, obviously, because gold tokens have gone up in price and silver tokens gone up in price, but it seems like a lot of people are finding a way to get coins to participate in this promo, which is great.
Yeah, and it did. I think it is nice too, because I feel like a lot of people have been asking for like, hey, like we want to participate in promos, you know, using cards that we already have in our binder versus getting all new stuff. So being able to put in like your old, you know, basically like silver players that are just sitting there, and, you know, gold players that you really don't need, you know, if you want to put them into the set and get Easter eggs, you can, or you can just take advantage and sell them. I think it's kind of like a win-win, whether you want to take the profit or you want to take the Easter eggs.
Yeah, I will say this has probably been the least engaged with MUT the entire year that I've been a part of this game. Like Easter, I can see why people like it, but I mean, there's only one card that really kind of got my rocks off, and that was Lawrence Taylor. The rest of the cards were just like average upper end cards. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these cards for somebody like you said with the money spender stuff. The packs, again, just absolute, I don't know, horror. Like I feel like Marlon Brando or something. the horror. Oh wait, was that Brando? Or was that the main guy? I don't remember. I don't read books. Anyways, but like the Easter promo, like yeah, it's great to make coins and stuff, but I don't know. Maybe it's partially due to MLB, but like just this whole thing, I've just been so disengaged with it after getting Lawrence Taylor. I just been like, huh. So MLB today, huh? And I this just didn't really do it for me. Why do you think I'm so like about all? Is it just the cards, or is it because Texas, what you said about the cards going into set, then you getting usable cards that'll be on NAT on your team? I'm like, this is the same shit we just got with the promo before that and promo before it and promo before, like the same sets into sets to get back NAT cards for the MasterCard and sell them. Or keep them.
That is true. But it seems like they did more of an effort with this one compared to what it was previously. Because I know a lot of people that have got Lawrence Taylor and people who don't have coins who are out here going no money spent are like, I can get this Lawrence Taylor, which is fantastic. So it seems like they actually made a card that is great, attainable as to what they have been doing in previous years. And on top of that, you got I guess some fun stuff you can do. You can risk your eggs with the quick sell packs to get 15K. Which is more than what the X cost to participate into it. The Power Hour Solo gave you a 95 overall, and then they got the tie-dye players and pack people who are pulling to get extra coins. So it seems like it is kind of the same formulaic thing, but they did a little bit of improvement on it to make it a little bit better, which is why people are so happy with it. They could have went an extra step. Like I said, it gave us eggs. Remember, was it Madden 15 Easter promo or Madden 16? With the
they've all had them.
No, they had the sets in the game where you could exchange your eggs for like packs. Remember, it was like 15 eggs for a 40 Pro Pack bundle.
Oh, I think that might have been. Actually, I don't remember. Lemon, do you know?
No, I don't remember that.
Okay. It might have been 15. I think it might have been because that was the Rod Woodson egg. Like they had stuff like that to keep you coming back to the game every day to engage in sets and getting packs. If they did that with this, that'd be kind of cool. But they as of right now, it's a pretty solid promo, which could have been pretty great.
Yeah, I think mine just kind of tempered because I've been grinding MLB as much as Madden, so maybe my focus is shifted. But like I said, the only really card that I really was excited about was Lawrence Taylor. The rest of them are just, oh, okay. I'm more excited about golden tickets coming up, and that's something I don't know if we've talked about those before. We don't need to get back into them. But
before you go, I'm telling you, you should be more excited about Darius Slay over Lawrence Taylor.
Slay?
I'm telling you, man. Big play Slay is better than Lawrence Taylor.
I'm squinting as hard as I can, and I can't seem to see the letters ST on that card.
Okay. I don't see any ST on that card either. The thing with him is Lawrence Taylor, with all those abilities, still cannot stop pitch or toss. So what's the point of having him?
And then why are you trying to pump Slay on my ass when you know he can't do it either?
What are you talking about? He's on the outside. He's not gonna get pancaked by as often as other cornerbacks would.
Yeah, but that's what Mel Blount, Rod Woodson, and Night Train Lane are for.
All right, you should sell that Lawrence Taylor. You're excited for a card that has out of the way that doesn't light up but once a game.
Yeah, I mean Lawrence Taylor he's better than what else is out there. You know what I mean? If I put him at defensive end, so he's not gonna stop pitch and toss. He's still interesting.
Yeah, I picked him up just because I wanted to be able to see if he's gonna stop pitch or toss. And I played 3 games and I don't think the O ability lit up one time. I'm like, what is the point of this then? It's like the footsteps one doesn't light up at all unless the dude's inside his body. And that's not cool. I want you to light up more frequently if I'm gonna have you out here, especially for guys out here throwing toss and that Zach Martin. I want to see O versus L.
I will say I did notice it once, and he does shut down stretch. He does get nice block sheds against stretch.
Oh, does he? Okay.
Yeah, so he is fine for that, but don't use him. I noticed a lot of it. I haven't done a review on him, surprisingly, but don't use him. I didn't notice using. I didn't get the block shed boost. It felt like.
We got you. I wonder because if you play a guy out of position, it already has it lit up for the ability. Does it still work in games?
Yeah.
If I put Lawrence Taylor right in, does his O ability still work?
Yeah. As long as you start him at right outside linebacker.
Okay, because I could have swore at one point I put Kuechly. I had 2 secure tackles, Kuechly and Calais Campbell. I put Calais at left end. And then I put Kuechly at right outside linebacker, and I don't think my secure tackle lit up ever again. That's that game.
Oh, that's
so I
strange.
thought maybe the boost didn't work. Maybe I'm wrong about that.
I don't know.
I'll take your word for it.
I always thought they did, but that's weird. Let us know in the comments. Also in the comments, let us know if you have any questions for next week. We'll get to comments from last week here at the end of the podcast.
Mhm.
Let's see, Lemon. You mentioned something about weekend league rewards not being enough. So I disagree with you. I think if you completed in weekend league, you could have gone free to play this year and have a God squad. Why do you think weekend league rewards aren't good enough?
Well, I don't see. I think I kind of phrased that kind of weird. I mean, I think rewards could always generally get better. I think one of the main issues with weekend league is I don't think they take into account like they're taking into account how many games you're winning, but they don't take into account like how many games you play. So like let's say you finish goal 2 and it's like okay, you get 11 wins, that's that's great. You get, 80K in some packs. But let's say you go like 11 and 11, that's 22 games. If each game takes, about 30 to 40 minutes, it's a lot of math, but that's like a lot of time for only 70,000 coins. So I guess, I mean, I know people are probably just going to say like, then get good at the game, get better and go like 11 and 4 and be done. But I have not gotten higher than gold 2 at all this year. I will say weekend league rewards are better like right now than what they have ever been. I definitely like how I can just take coins and not be subject to whatever EA feels like giving me out of my pack. But yeah, I mean, it is pretty nice, but I mean, I guess they could be a little better. I don't know. All rewards could be better.
Yeah, it is a constant theme through the whole MUT universe that everybody seems to hate the rewards that they get, from solo grinders to head-to-head to money spenders. There isn't one satisfied person because I think this game it takes a lot of time and effort to get a good squad. Or a lot of money, and even your money you can't do it. You can't just pick it all up one weekend unless you're buying from a third party. So, I don't know. It's tough to argue for more rewards when I've seen so many like God squads this year, and I attribute it a lot to weekend league. And every single weekend league, I see nothing but God squads. Every single during the seasons, if you're playing at All Man 1, you see nothing but God squads. So it's tough to say it's not rewarding enough on weekend league because I see the results of weekend league and what everybody's getting from their packs, and it adds up over time. Like you see, I bet you if you went over, you're a fan of your boy Savage, right, Lemon?
Yeah.
If you added up all of his videos from his weekend league rewards, how much do you think he's gotten from weekend league rewards over the year?
I'd say probably over like at least over 15 million.
Yeah, I would think 15
So.
to 20 million. That sounds about right. I mean, that's a God squad. Like that's every best card in the game, just about 15 to 20 million, and that's just from playing the game weekend league. I know it's stressful. I don't do it because it is too stressful and too long. I don't have that much time on the weekends or that amount of strong heart vessels that can contain the rage. So it's definitely earned, but I don't think the rewards are terrible. I think the rewards right now are great in weekend league and for the people that put in that time, and I think it's ideal where it's at right now. And do you think they should bring back weekend league next year, Lemon?
Yeah, 100%. Because if they don't bring something back like weekend league, I would probably just go back to not really playing head to head that much, except for like, oh, I got this new car. Let me see how he plays. Because like I said earlier, weekend league was kind of the thing where I saw it. I knew I wasn't going to get, number 1 or top 100 or anything that they like advertise, but I was still like, okay, this is still going to be more rewarding than playing through a couple games of seasons. And yeah.
That's interesting to hear.
I
Like,
mean,
because you consider yourself not like a really competitive person, right? Like competitive Madden or anything like that. More of a casual MUT or more into MUT and solos and stuff.
I don't know. Can I label myself as like casual competitive? Because I wouldn't consider myself casual because I definitely do try to win the weekend league games. I do, come out here and like gun bunch and stuff. But in terms of like, do I want, the same things that competitive players want? Not really. Me personally, I would like to see more aggressive catches. I know a lot of people probably just got mad at me, but I think, I think if you enable aggressive catches to come back, then people actually have to, play like real football. If somebody has Randy Moss and you keep spamming cover 3 and they keep going one-on-one on the sideline to Randy Moss and you could keep swatting the ball down, like you're shutting down one of the best aggressive catchers easily and you don't need to do anything. If Randy Moss could actually, like spectacular catch, more than once every 50 attempts, you would be forced to, try to double cover him, maybe even triple cover him. but then you're leaving other holes open. I think it would force people to kind of call more plays instead of being able to spam the same play over and over again and hope they can get a SWAT animation in a one-on-one catch situation.
Yeah, it is interesting that, like, you know, we got rid of the aggressive catches. Most of the, I guess, competitive people, their vision of football is like between here and 30 yards downfield, like no downfield passing and stuff like that. But like the thing is, like, their argument is that it's too random. So I did a video today on getting rid of randomness in Madden and in the game, and it was kind of interesting to see what, like, how I would totally get rid of randomness, because it was kind of tough to get rid of randomness in the game, like to have deterministic outcomes, to just have the D-line shed after 5 seconds guaranteed. I don't know if that's not football. That's a game. Like, so it's interesting. Where do you think Rex and company and Clint are going to take this? Are they going to take it more to less randomness in this game, or like this video game, or are they going to try and make it more like football going forward? What do you think, Texas?
I don't think they're going to try to get rid of randomness, because if they were going to try to get rid of randomness, they would remove fumbles from the game completely, since that's something that they can't actually code into the game based off of certain events that take place. I've seen guys with like 99 hit power not force fumbles, and I've seen quarterbacks run into a guy and then the ball just to come out, but then like you get hit softly, the ball just comes out. So like I don't think that they're trying to go random. It's like they're trying to appease two different people or different communities, but it's not working. So I would like for it to be more random in Madden in a sense. At the same damn time, it's kind of annoying when you're playing a game and you lose because your opponent gets a lucky dice roll. So maybe if they took ratings into account more than just RNG, that'll probably be a little bit better thing to do.
I feel like that's an easy cop out. Just take ratings in, because like what ratings, like, and then what are they gonna do? Like, because then like I'll have Rod Woodson against Randy Moss, and it'll be like the two top players in the game against each other.
Yeah.
Then what are ratings doing?
See, I feel you on that. I think this game should be kind of a little more simplistic. I think Randy Moss is probably the greatest receiver of all time, so he should probably beat 99% of the cornerbacks he's going against.
Yeah.
Like, so if Rod Woodson's the fourth best cornerback of all time, Randy Moss is number one. Randy Moss should beat him every single time.
So you think
that's crazy, but it should be something like where, like, you know, that's still a mismatch no matter who you have on him. So like Randy Moss is 6'4". How tall is Rod Woodson?
I think 6'1".
Okay, so it should probably. It's tough. It's tough, but I feel like Randy Moss, like Lemon said, should probably be winning more spectacular catches over a lot of guys, because he was that guy, known for that.
Yeah, he's 6 foot flat.
Yeah, this game probably should be more like what MLB is, because like that game is kind of like with the ratings and stuff. Like, you don't really see them increase ratings throughout the like Madden does. So Randy Moss would have come out day one, like 99 speed. There's nobody in the game that can cover him really.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Wait, no, I don't think. Okay, we can talk about that MLB versus. We'll talk about that MLB versus.
Well, I was just saying, like, with an example, MLB can do that because like it's not the main focus of their game. With EA, were to make Randy Moss true to Randy Moss, there's nobody that can guard him.
Yeah, true. Let's get back into that a little bit. No, let's do it right now. MLB versus MUT ratings with. Do you think guys should be like? Would you prefer MUT to be like MLB and guys to get upgraded and downgraded through the year? Tex?
I think that'll be better for them to do when it comes to, like, what do you want to say, gameplay. If you know, like, okay, I have a quarterback like Tom Brady's going to be consistent, so his card is going to be what this is all year long, and it'll go up if he has a great year. It'll be better for, I think, them to not have to focus so much on content, but focus more on making these players true to what they are on the field. Because it's annoying when Randy Moss drops in December with like 45 speed. I'm like, what are we doing? It's not Randy Moss. And then here comes July. 104 speed. Like, come on, man. So I think personally, I would like it a little. I don't know if I would like it, because I got used to the whole upgrading these cards one-on-one. But maybe if they decide to do that, it'd be kind of a little fun twist. Maybe they can drop like a MUT game for the summer. That's a different mode that does that, just to see how people feel about it.
That'd be kind of
I would like to see it. I would like to see something like that. Players that are able to be upgraded or downgraded based off their season, and you gotta make sure you invest into the right players. And then I guess the players they can add into the game will be just players who are retired or Hall of Famers. So that like MLB does. People will be pissed.
Tex,
What's up?
you want this game during the summer? There's no football during the summer.
No, I just want them to like try this out and see how that would go. And maybe they can do a separate MUT that follows this MUT. It's like a MUT 2. That's kind of like what NBA 2K did back in the day, where you can buy these players for what their value is. So if Tom Brady's a 90 overall, his value is this, and then if he goes down, his value decreases with him, and then you can just keep doing that. I just want to see how this game would be if it was kind of like build your ultimate team, but also it's like what do you call it? Play now.
Yeah. Lemon, what is your thoughts about that with MLB versus MUT ratings? And do you know how MLB ratings work?
Not really. Like I've seen a couple screenshots and videos and stuff. I know they go over 100, and that's really all I know.
Okay.
They go over 100.
Yeah. So maybe you don't. I'll just respond to text on my own. So MLB ratings, they go up and down based on performance. And so I saw GS did a video on how he likes MLB going up and down versus ratings, and Tex just talked about it. He preferred it that way. I hate that. I would hate that if MUT. Sorry, let me rephrase that. I would hate if MUT went that way. So I already play one game that does it. I don't want my other game to do that same thing. I don't want my games to be the same thing. I prefer the variations in the two different games that I play. Like, it's easy to say, hey, it costs me less money to play MLB than it does for MUT with their upgraded cards, and MUT, steals all our money because they give us upgraded cards. He gives new card art on this new guy with new ratings later in the year. I'm like, no, like with MLB, it's got no legs. Like you buy your cards day one, and that shit doesn't change until the end. Like I'll never need another. I guess Josh Donaldson. He might get another card. He might get one more. I don't know. Like Mike Trout got 2 last year in MLB. Like whereas like JJ Watt will get 4. Like I don't want like me to be over with the content a month into the game. Like MUT's great because I can play this and they're dropping content into July and August, and right before the new MUT comes out. Like MLB, that's dead after the YouTubers almost all the YouTubers stop uploading content after the World Series because what's there left to come? There's a couple more cards every like month or whatever, and really it's dumb with the no team of the week. Like there's a team of the month in MLB, and I know you can do little different stuff, but the live series changes, I don't like that. Like leave that in MLB, leave that in that game, let that game be alone, let us have fun with that mode. But I think MUT, and it's certain like then we get the promos and the tons of cards that are dropped there and the new content there. I don't like it. I don't want it to be the same. Texas, any thoughts?
So it's like I don't know, because like the first Madden I played was Madden 13, which was like MLB The Show in a sense, where these players were kind of permanent throughout the year. Like Jason Peters, I think was an 87 overall gold. I think that was his final card for the rest of the year unless he got anything upgraded. So like I like when players have ratings that kind of like are what they do on the field right now. Like I don't like seeing JJ Watt like 85 block shit because what EA thinks is top tier right now. That's not reflective of this player is.
That's balanced to where the game is right now. Like, yeah, sure.
I don't like the fact that we're gonna get 5 JJ Watts throughout the year where I gotta spend more money on. Like, no.
You don't have to spend. Get good at Weekend League.
Get good at Weekend League where I gotta go buy 91 zone guys there or play.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, from like a content perspective, I mean, I guess you can look at it 2 different ways. I mean, I can say that from what it sounds like, if Madden would go the MLB route, people already complain throughout the year, like after the first month, that MUT is dead and it's boring. If they went the MLB route, I think everybody would break their keyboard saying MUT is dead. Like like this game thrives off of constant content.
Yep.
I mean, probably.
Or wait, but does it though? 'Cause I feel like it would thrive off gameplay if they, instead of working on content, would put some of those guys on the gameplay team to make it better.
No, it's 2 different teams, Tex. You know what the MUT team's already running with a skeleton crew. If they take one person away from the MUT team, like they'll have like -2 people on it.
Okay, I got you. But I'm saying
they'll have like Jake Stein's bones, basically.
Maybe instead of focusing on dropping 55 Randy Mosses and like 89 through 95, or dropping, like, maybe we should get better. We should focus on improving the gameplay so people don't say MUT's dead. They got something to do.
Yeah, but MUT is not gameplay.
Yeah, but gameplay would.
But MUT should be gameplay though, right? It shouldn't just be a card collector game.
It is a card collector game. That's the good part about it.
It shouldn't just be that, though. It should be more than that. It should be legit. You get the cards you want, play a game, and have fun playing.
Yeah, but the whole card collecting part is half the fun of MUT. The auction house working, the sets, the gambling for quick sales, the packs. The packs is like a mini game in itself.
I agree, but I feel like the gameplay shouldn't be last. the gameplay should probably be top, because why collect cards at that point if you're not going to play with them online?
Like, people literally have downloaded the Topps card collecting app just to open packs for cards. Like, that's how much people like opening packs and collecting cards. Like, there was an entire industry through from 1950 to the early 90s of just card collecting, and you couldn't play.
Like,
what?
People who do the Topps apps are stupid. Now, I'm saying that while
stop looking down.
Money in the past, where I've actually promoted one of those card collecting apps. If you're not getting anything physical, stop wasting your time.
Yeah, I feel like those apps are kind of silly.
Yeah, MUT's a little different because you're actually you can do more. It's like Madden Mobile. Like, that's kind of like what Topps is. You're just collecting cards for no reason. But like with MUT, you actually have other things you can do with the cards that aren't just sitting there in your ether or in your server space. And then, those games are dumb. Now, I don't know people sell stuff. Like, they'll pull cards and sell the cards they get for to other people for money. So that's cool. But if you're just doing it just to do it, you're a crazy person and you need to find a better hobby.
All right, Tex, let's jump off Judgment Mountain here.
Well, it's not about judging. That's facts.
No, it's not. It's an opinion.
No, it's like how saying baseball's boring is a fact.
No, it's not. That's an opinion.
It's a factual opinion.
That's not
the margin of error. The margin of average viewer that watched the baseball game. I know, right? I don't know how that happened. The average viewer that watches the baseball game is 65 years old.
Stop! Baseball, you're just making things up now. Stop.
Literally, no. Google it. Google the average baseball fan's age. I'm telling you, it's 55 to 60. It's in that range. Their fan base is literally dying because nobody's watching it. Because baseball's boring. It's a factual opinion.
So guess how old the NFL average age is?
Well, it's probably is like 60.
Nah, it's 47.
I feel like you're just making up numbers.
Who, me? I googled it. It's
How do you
CNBC?
Like, you just pulls this up.
Yeah, I just googled it like Tex asked. All right, so NFL is 47. Baseball viewer, Tex is right. It's 53. And they don't have NHL here, but NBA medium fan age. Guess what it is, Tex?
It has to be like 30.
A little higher.
35.
38.
Between your two.
33.
37. Okay.
7, which means that's 55s and young people watching basketball. Because basketball's fun to watch.
Yeah, I'm gonna go have to disagree with you there.
March Madness is fun, but I'm not a fan of NBA, really.
Yeah, let's not get on the whole which sport is better thing, because that's a whole podcast. We could literally have 106 episodes of which sport is better.
If we being honest, it's only 11 minutes of actual football action on the field. So
yeah, and only 2 minutes of basketball actually matter. And then in the 2 minutes, all you're doing is just hacking the other guy.
What are you talking about? I saw LeBron dunk in the first quarter the other day. He dunked over, so that was fun.
The only highlights of basketball is ever dunks. There's dunks and then half-court shots by Stephen Curry. That's all basketball is. And then hacking and getting fouls in the last 2 minutes and trying to outscore them if they miss a free throw. That's fucking sports.
I saw Russell Westbrook posterize the guy without a basketball.
Again, it's just dunking. Like, that's it. Okay, you want to watch a dunking contest? That's not okay. Ooh, big whoop. That's not fun.
All NFL games are 55 beer commercials and Viagra commercials because the age of people are old.
You could literally make anything sound boring. Like, there's just a guy jumping his motorbike over the Grand Canyon. Big whoop. I could do that with a plane.
You can't make dunking seem boring. It's the 1940s.
What are you talking about? You can't make dunking seem when every single Sports Center top 10 is just another dunk on the night. And it's like, ooh, big whoop. They dunked again. Okay, so. He dunked again tonight. That's cool. There's another 2 points.
You must be able to dunk, because I feel like people who can't dunk are impressed by people who can dunk. You must be able to dunk because you sound unimpressed by guys that can dunk. So
a dunk hasn't gotten better. Go on. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying we know Gut Fox can dunk. Like, Gut Fox has to be at least 6'3", 6'4", because he's unimpressed by people who can dunk a basketball. I'm impressed by guys that can dunk. I can't dunk myself.
Okay. Well, you know what's unimpressive about dunks? Literally hasn't been improved on in 30 years. Michael Jordan still has the best dunk of all time. Literally nothing's gotten better.
What are you doing? I mean, you're probably right about that because Vince Carter's dunk's the best dunk of all time. But I get what you're saying. Are you saying dunk in dunk contest, or are you saying because Vince Carter jumped over a 7-footer?
Okay, it's Sean Bradley. Is that who we're talking about?
Who
cares? Sean Bradley, he's 7 foot but can't. Yeah, okay, whatever. He can't jump. Anyways, moving on from which sport is better, because that's just a dumb conversation itself, because it's an opinion. It's an opinion.
In the comment section below, which dunk was better, Vince Carter's or Jordan's? Because I'm going Vince Carter.
Okay, yes, that's I want to hear everybody's opinion on that. All right, back to MUT, and the MUT game mode being a thing, like that's I think where I guess where our view differs. I see MUT as its own game itself, and then you also go into the gameplay of Madden. So MUT in card collecting and playing these like mini games, like I said, with packs and sets and stuff, and it's in building your ultimate roster. Like oftentimes I see there are posts on the MUT subreddit that say, hey, does anybody like kind of assemble a team, look at it, and then like don't want to take it head to head because you know it's just gonna be the same bullshit over and over again with pitch and toss, and like they're not gonna make a difference. And then like everybody in the comment section is like, yeah, that's me basically. And I've literally felt that same thing myself. Like I'm like, hey, look, this is fucking cool. I like this addition. Okay, well, he's gonna play the same because of the way this game is coded with 91 zone and them not reacting, or the defensive ends not holding their edge against the stretch of the toss or stuff like that. So MUT itself and looking at your roster and building something is an entire thing in and of itself. Texas.
I agree that it is, but I'm saying gameplay should be number one focus, because that's what the point of this is. Because if we get to the point where nobody's playing the game, nobody's just going to collect cards. Because why? Why put all that money on your team if you're not going to use it?
It's a valid point, but I'm telling you again, people have done that and will do that.
I know people have. People are crazy, but they realize, I'm building a team for no reason. Like, because I think it's like the thing that we're programmed to just build a team, because that's what MUT is. And then if you don't actually get online, you're putting in coins into cards that are going to lose their value right away, because that's what EA does. They'll drop a Barry Sanders and drop a Jordan Howard and then drop a positional halfback this week, so the price is going to keep coming down. So what's the point of investing in players if we're not going to play with them? So I'm saying MUT, the gameplay should be what they focus on, and then everything should come after that. Because if people aren't playing the game, like they did a good job Weekend League this year, because like last year that was me. I wasn't actually playing the game because I didn't care. But when they put stuff in that made me want to grind, that's what I did. So that's what I think that they should be focusing on.
And that's a fair point. And that's
to improve the gameplay. I think not dropping 55,000 cards of JJ Watt is what I would like to see them do.
And like I said, that's two different teams. And I do agree with you that gameplay is more important than just about anything else in Madden. I mean, I would argue like Lemon said earlier, people being bored with MUT, it is what it is. Like if we're bored with MUT, then the gameplay doesn't really matter, and we won't play MUT anymore. And then it's kind of like then we're not going to be playing the game, and the gameplay will just not be anywhere. So I agree, gameplay is important. Lemon, any thoughts on this MUT versus Madden gameplay and collecting cards in and of itself?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the gameplay, even though it's definitely gotten better, has kind of let down the MUT portion. It's almost like a battle of like who can let down who like worse. And I think because a lot of people, like you said last week, how like, a lot of people get these cards, but it's really just like the same thing over and over again. They just kind of quit and don't really care too much and just go back to try to build a different team or whatever. I mean, I just think like the gameplay just kind of lets down MUT in that aspect. And I think that's part of the reason why people are constantly complaining that MUT is dead, because they don't really have fun playing the gameplay. Like the actual gameplay gets boring after a while. And so the only way to really like simmer that down is just to pile out content after content just to make it like, I don't really know how to explain it. Just put on like rose-colored glasses. Just be like, oh, this game's great. But like as soon as you get through the content and you go back into the gameplay, you go into Weekend League, you're like, oh, it's just this again. So it's like content just kind of holds you off from like really getting into the gameplay.
Yeah, because I mean, if you play a game long enough, it's going to end up boring. So you need something to keep you coming back. And I think that's what MUT is. It keeps us coming back, and the promos keeps us coming back to keep playing it, to get new cards and stuff, and upgrade our teams through those new cards. And I guess there are different ways of them accomplishing that goal, and to bring it full back circle, MLB versus MUT. I'm fine with MUT doing it the way they're doing. What do you think? I mean, Lyman, any other words, or should we move on?
No, I mean, I think MUT's system's pretty good.
Okay.
I think they should just be their own thing.
All right. So.
Maybe less is more. Maybe next year Weekend League should be like 12 games.
I wouldn't be against that.
Just because, like, I feel like the fact that because you're going to find a lot of these issues with it because it gets to the point where it's just not fun to play after a while. And playing basically 100 games a month, if you're trying to go no money spend, make a God squad, it's just that's shit, bro. Like, yo, I don't even watch that much TV.
There should be something that I think is like, because I think one of the main issues with Weekend League is like on the weekends where people have the most free time. So that's kind of where Weekend League comes into play. But I think they should have something as well that like kind of runs through the week, whether it's like themed draft champions stuff or something in head-to-head seasons, just kind of some kind of like tournament style Weekend League-esque sort of thing that goes on Monday through Friday. So like if people don't want to play 25 games of Madden in one weekend, they have something else they can look at and say, oh, hey, I might have less time, but I still have, Monday through Friday to do this if I want to do this. So I think there should just be more options. I feel like people think they're like forced to play Weekend League to get the best rewards, and I think they are. I mean, besides the recent thing, the MUT drafts, which, I mean, is good, but you have to pay to enter, and you kind of have to go 4-0, and otherwise you're kind of like losing out. It's just not – I think it's still not really like super appealing to people.
Yeah, and here's the thing. We suggested this to Jake when he was on the podcast, and it was something I suggested to him last year when he was on the podcast too. And Fortnite ended up picking it up, like weekly rotating game modes, weekly random different, like what I call it, like the Tavern Brawl type stuff that Hearthstone has. Like it'll be 7-on-7 one week, and then the next week. So it's just like a casual game mode during the week to keep you playing. Not necessarily needing the best rewards, but I think that'd be better than a whole nother Weekend League during the week, in my opinion.
I think someone's a hardcore MUT fan now that works at Epic Games and has been listening to the podcast and said, hey, this would be a nice idea, and took your idea. You should seek payment.
No, I stole that shit from Hearthstone, so I can't collect anything. But yeah, so all right, that's it. What it is. Let's move on. So Texas, you're a friend of Ryan and Clickwood. So Ryan recently released the John Madden coach glitch, where you could trade a John Madden coach from one account to another, tier 3, and you could ghost it by putting it in your lineup and trading it back for the same player. So can you let us know how long it's been in the game, how long you've known about this, and how long they've known about it, and how long EA's known about it, or do you know any of that?
All right, so they first told me about this in December because they were wondering if I wanted to get John Madden on my account as well, but I didn't know how it works. So I was like, I'm in no rush to do it because they're trying to get all their friends together because we all play squads together. So it's been in the game since December. According to CC, actual CC on Twitter, he said this has been the thing since November. So apparently, if you had John Madden in November, you could have ghosted him since then. So it's been an issue in the game since 3 months after launch?
Yeah. Dang, I wish.
And so
yeah, go on.
No, go ahead.
No, after you. Yeah, you're talking. Keep going.
I was gonna say, so if you guys knew about it that long and it didn't come out till now, good on y'all. Good on you for not being a leaky faucet. That's telling everybody all the secrets. And so basically, what happens for those that don't know is you trade trade a card, it goes back to your account. You still get the boost for the John Madden on all your players when you get into the actual game. You don't see any of the boost on your team, so you have an empty head coach slot, and you don't see any +1s when you're on your lineup screen because John Madden's technically not there. But when you go into squads, when you go into head-to-head, your boost then apply. And the crazy thing about this is you can actually play a head-to-head game without a coach there, but you can't play a solo challenge. So it's kind of like a weird thing that EA has to fix because the fact that the card's not there and you can't play a solo without a coach, but you get to a head-to-head game, lets you know that it's problematic and it's not working. Actually, glitch is actually not a false tale people are making up. And so it's I don't know how cheesy this possibly could get, but people were kind of mad that Ryan put the video out because they think now everybody's going to be out here with John Madden, even though that's the rarest card in Madden ever.
Yeah, that's definitely not happening.
This glitch, I mean, it's like a weird glitch. It's definitely a bad glitch that hopefully gets patched at some point, but I really don't think it's, Ryan in his video, I think he said it was like one of the biggest glitches that, has ever happened in MUT. And I think I kind of have to disagree because even though John Madden is a powerful card, it's like who's gonna have him like the top like 0.0001%. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think this is worse than a Randy Moss glitch where literally if you were on your Xbox, you got a free Randy Moss or anything like that, because this doesn't impact like that many people at all. And at the end of the day, really, it's just +1s. Like, it's not like the end of the world.
Try and tell Texas that when I try and take them off the power-up bridge.
The power-ups.
You talking about?
They don't even +1 speed anymore. Like,
what are you talking? What are you talking? They get +1 speed. They get +1 speed. They do.
Although I must confess, I did power up Aaron Rodgers a while back. I don't have the Super Rodgers, but I do have him to like tier 5, like the flashback one, whatever the flashback one is, powered up.
Tier 4.
I made a mistake and did that.
Well, you gotta make another mistake, get to tier 6 or tier 5. So go out there and do it. You can't be out here being not like, that's not being non-committal, man. Like, you can't be out here going halfway in a relationship. You made an investment in that car. You better finish. I've been telling Gutfox for the longest time, power to Le'Veon Bell, but my man out here cheating on his girl. I don't appreciate that.
Yeah, that's called bad money chasing bad money. And that's like you just don't. It's a sunk cost fallacy. Don't do it, Lemon. Please see the light. Please join my side.
I've seen
Thank
it.
you.
I have not gone back. I've been tempted. My friends are like, just power him up. You've already got it this far. Whatever, just do it. Well, one of my friends actually powered up the Derek Carr. He pulled a limited edition Kyle Fuller out of like one of his I don't know what pack he opened, but he pulled Kyle Fuller. And he's like, all right. He's like, I'm going to power up Derek Carr. But, I mean, he really rarely plays MUT. So, I mean, he doesn't even really care.
Can you imagine pulling, like, one of the best cornerbacks in MUT and then realizing – and then making the decision to power up a Carr? Like, that's like trading
– Yeah, I know. I was disappointed.
It's like trading a portion for, like, a better, I don't know, Yugo. You know, it's
He loves Derek Carr, though. So, I mean, he's not a Raiders fan, but he just – I think it's because he kind of fell into the same trap where he powered up Derek Carr, like further back, and then he just kind of had a tier 3 or whatever car just sitting in his binder, and he's like, I might as well just power him up and get the best one.
I now know why people what are the words I'm looking for? I now know why people like EA decided to take people's names off the auction house listing, or they've made players so like there's a lot of idiots I feel that make decisions in this game, and it feels like I know why EA has now catered a lot of this game to the people making mistakes, and it's disappointing. Texas, you got a roadster back there?
Man, people, this military town, man. Dudes be out here just speeding. Like, this is people live here. Like, you don't gotta be speeding on this road. And the thing about the road I live on is like there's like cars on both sides, so it's only like one lane. Somebody's gonna die in this corner. I'm telling you, and I'm not gonna play empathy for them.
Can you film it and like upload it?
YouTube's not monetizing. Now I'm gonna get one of those ads. It's like, hey, this is only for people who are 21 and older. This is gonna be like shit nobody wants.
Or put it on your Twitter and then make sure to advertise because it's gonna get retweeted a lot. And make sure you advertise your YouTube. There you go. You're going viral, Tex.
All right, that's the plan.
All right. So yeah, with the John Madden coach glitch, like I don't know a single person on Xbox that has tier 3 John Madden. Like I'm sure people have it. I'm sure people could say in the comments, oh, I know this person has it, but like I don't. Like it took forever for GS to find one, and he like tweeted about it daily.
Yeah, and he's a big YouTuber too. That's just, I mean, that's not even like someone who's like small playing MUT. I mean, that's like a really popular MUT YouTuber trying to find one.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, it's definitely really hard to find one.
So I see what you're saying, and so it's interesting because like I was in DMs, and I was hearing like when I was tweeting about it, I was hearing that this also worked for players. So that would have been a big glitch if it worked for players along with John Madden. That would have been huge, and that's kind of why I started like, holy crap, this could change a lot of the market. But then like it ended up coming out later. They ended up saying, okay, maybe it just works for John Madden. So anyways, that's kind of an interesting glitch.
Yeah.
What's up?
Such a weird glitch.
Yeah, it made sure players couldn't be done because there were last year people were doing that with the salary cap where they were trading players over and locking them into the lineup and then trading those players back or selling them. So that way they didn't have to like lose the coins or not spend the coins on players. They can just trade them back to their friends. EA make sure you can't do that no more. But it works for John Madden for some reason.
Yeah, weird. All right, so next up.
If you guys got John Madden, by the way, hit up Gutfox in his DMs and let him ghost it.
Yeah, let's ghost ride that whip. Hey, so position heroes. We just got a teaser for him tonight on Twitter. Are we getting promos on Wednesdays now? What the heck, Lemon?
I don't know anymore. I'm confused. I think it's like back to like how it was last year, where they just start doing it on random days. I will say, I know Madden Mobile does all their promos or most of them on Wednesdays. So I don't know if they've kind of taken that tone. I mean, I think Wednesday is like not a bad day to do a promo because it's like in the middle of the week. You're not waiting till the end of the week to drop something. I think it's just more money too, because if you drop the promo on like Friday or Saturday when Ultimate Legends come out, right? People who are going to spend money on the game, they're going to spend, yeah, they might buy both bundles at once, but you could kind of put out more bundles because like let's say like with the Easter promo, like you put out all of your Easter bundles on Wednesday, and then Ultimate Legends come out, and then they're going to buy all the Ultimate Legend packs. They're going to buy all of the special Ultimate Legend Easter packs. So I think it's just kind of like makes sense for maximum profit too. And they probably realize that replays isn't generating them more than like 20 cents. So they're probably actually losing money on that. So they got to do something to make up.
Nah, man, people get paid on Friday. Better put it out. And plus, I have a stream on Friday, so I want it on Fridays. I don't stream on Wednesdays. So, yeah, keep it up. Very selfishly, keep it up on Fridays. And last year you said they did it randomly. No, they did it mostly Fridays last year, too.
Well, didn't they experiment a little bit? Didn't they, like, go back and forth? Because remember they did some stuff on Mondays last year?
Yeah, it wasn't always Friday. You're right. Texas, where do you like your big promos being dropped? Which day of the week?
It's weird because, like, with positionals, I like we call them. Well, big promo should say. I like them on weekends because that is great for content for YouTube because people are off. So if I do a stream on a Friday when a big promo drops, it'll get more viewers than a stream on a Wednesday. Because sometimes kids be like, "I want to watch you, but I'm in class right now, so I just came by to say hi," and they leave. So yeah, Fridays is a little bit better. Saturdays especially because of like you get more people who are off from work, ain't doing nothing, and so selfishly I like all my promos on the weekend.
I mean, I think Friday. I mean, honestly, I do like Friday better. I think Wednesday is a neat idea, and it's in the middle of the week. You kind of get stuff earlier, but in terms of like, just with mixture of like, like school and work and all kinds of things people have to do, it's like I just think Friday's like the best day because then it's like, oh, you can come home, unwind, play some MUT versus like, oh, I can't play for too long because I got to go back to like school or work early the next day.
Yeah,
so I think Friday definitely makes it better, but I think Wednesday's a neat idea. Maybe they could do it for like smaller promos, but like for the big promos, have those come out on like Friday, like Most Feared and all that.
I agree.
They could move up. They can move up signatures to Wednesdays and Thursdays and Fridays do promo. They can easily flip the dates.
I like that. I like that idea the best. Yeah, instead of Saturdays, I do like that. Because Friday nights when I'm streaming, I'm just like, well, I guess we'll talk about tomorrow stuff, but I don't have anything yet, so it's kind of useless. But anyways, with the position heroes, everybody thought this promo was dead. Why did EA wait so long for us to get position heroes? This is like, 2 months after it normally launches? Texas, justify that to me.
So I don't even know if this is like super late on things. It might be, but I felt like in years past we got positionals around this time, around April. I think they waited a long time because they had I'm trying to think like of a good reason because I'm trying to get inside these guys' head. So what do we get before? We got obviously Ultimate Legends.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got
replay,
then what, Easter?
What about Campus Heroes? They didn't do that yet.
That's all we got, right? So I don't even know why they wait, because like usually this is kind of the fill time. I guess because they have stuff already planned out, and so they didn't probably see the need to actually drop it because I guess they have nothing until Golden Tickets comes out now. So I guess this is the perfect time to drop it because they already have their slate full.
Yeah, I mean the thing is like remember in the MUT season like a couple weeks after the MUT season ended, there was like nothing. It was like emptiness, like our souls, like it was dead. And it was so weird. Like after the Super Bowl, they like that's generally when they want to try and reel people back into the game and keep them into the game. I mean, but it felt like the lack of content after the Super Bowl was very disappointing in my mind. Like whereas like people go back to 16, and I thought 16 was a step down from 15, but just 16. I remember that like right after the Super Bowl, like there was content just to keep it up, and Guru went with the hashtag MUT season and stuff, and it's been pathetic. And this is do you want them to do position heroes every week, or do you want it to be one big launch like it was last year, Lemon?
I think they should start out with like the offense or defense, whatever they want to do first, and then I don't think we should wait like a new position every week, but I think maybe do like, one side of the ball like tomorrow, I guess, Wednesday, and then do the other side of the ball the next week. I mean, the only thing I'm really hoping from positional heroes is I just hope it's not a elite token fest like it was last year, where the elite tokens are already valued more than everything else, and like where you need like 20 badges to do the set. Like, I really hope it's not like that. I hope it's just like a catch 'em all type of thing. You just
Agreed.
collect a certain amount of players and maybe certain specific ones, and that's it. Maybe one elite token if they want, but I hope it's
No
not like
elite
flooded.
tokens.
Watch them make you put power up players in there, like tier 5 Odell Beckham, and make that Fox have to power up cards.
Yeah, it's still not happening.
Hey.
Looks like I won't be having position heroes.
Yo, but what if they did this, right? What if they did this? If it's Telvin Smith is a positional hero, right? You can either collect all outside linebackers or collect this highest tier 5 card.
Yeah, but then that'd be so easy though, because people who like powered him up for like 300,000 coins would have like, well then again, I guess that's how much his 97 positional hero would go for. So.
Exactly.
Yeah, but EA would never do that though.
They wouldn't do that at all.
They would never do that.
So I'm up to Madden 16. Positionals Madden 16 were kind of weekly, right? So they came out after Super Bowl, then they went on to like April.
Yeah.
And so that was the weekly content back then. They had more stuff this year, it looks like. That's why they probably held off on it. They dropped 2 a week. So I remember I think the first batch was Delaney Walker and Anthony Barr.
Yep.
On my YouTube.
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's
Madden
16 versus 17. Lemon says he likes 17's version of just go offense then defense. I liked 16's version of 2 weekly. Texas, what did you like?
Well, Madden 13.
What was Madden 13 Sparkles? Talk to us.
Madden 13 positionals were, I think was it 1 a week or 2 a week? I don't remember. Basically, you had to collect every position that dropped from each promo. So every single week, I think it was 1 a week. It was like right outside linebacker, then left outside linebacker. So you had to collect like bronze, silver, gold, elite, and team of the weeks and legends into these packs, and then they boosted the odds of those cards in pro packs or legend packs every single week. So it made it easier to complete, obviously. And then on top of that, after you got it done, you got a huge coin reward. And you got packs to pull. So if the set cost you 1 million coins to do, you basically get like 1 million coins back in coins and like 1 million coins back in packs. It was the dopest thing ever.
That had to be one of my probably like best memories of MUT. I remember getting on a Xbox one day and I joined the party, and one of my friends had somehow managed by himself, or no, with help of I guess other people, managed to do the quarterback positional set. And as soon as he was able to do that, it was like a chain reaction. Like he just started giving coins to, one of our other friends. And then once he did the set, and then by the time all of us did one positional set, it was just off from there. We could just do almost like every single one. So like I remember just sitting there, just like opening up like the 15 legend packs and the off-season packs, and pulling a 99 golden ticket Jason Peters and quick selling him because he was a 10,000 coin quick sell.
Wow.
So yeah, that was fun in terms of like just coins and packs. It definitely wouldn't work anymore because it's gameplay oriented now. But back when MUT was just like basically like collect cards, gameplay after kind of thing. It was really fun back then. I really loved that.
So that's what I would like to see, just 1 a week. And if it was just collect all silver, gold, elite, and team of the weeks, and like. I think that had to be a team of the weeks because I don't want enough replay cards and packs.
I remember the key cards too. Yeah. I don't know if you remember.
They're basically collectibles, but they were like pretty cool versions of it. So yeah, that's what I like to see. But if I had to choose, I think probably Madden. If you're gonna get one from one of the newer games, if you're gonna get it, just drop all of it at once, because that allows nobody to do anything on the market. I'm not going to be here, so selfishly drop all the cards at once. So nobody can hold the market and price fix things going into the next week.
Hopefully they have. I'd kind of like to see them be like 98 overalls, I don't know if we would get that. That'd be a lot of 90, unless they did it weekly. If they did it weekly, I could see that.
I wouldn't mind it if they did it 98, but I would like to see go 99 and 97. So like certain cards that aren't as good as others, because I don't think like this should be the best of the best. I feel like certain players deserve 99, certain players deserve 97s.
Well, positional heroes is like a weird promo to me because like it doesn't really make too much sense because they're like, oh, positional heroes, it's the best at their position, but then they're like 97 overalls, and literally like a day later there's like a 97 or 98 Carson Palmer, and it's like, but I just thought the 97 Tom Brady was the best at his position. So like, shouldn't he technically have the best card? Like, I originally thought they were waiting to put positional heroes off until like June, so like they could make them all 99 overalls, like super stacked out, and it'd be like, okay, these are the best cards at the position. But like, it kind of just seems like they just delayed it a little bit from last year. I don't guess just to find the best spot for it. They're probably setting up for one of their MUT weekends. Probably have golden tickets this weekend and positional heroes and all kinds of stuff. So that's probably what they're going to do. Hopefully, I'd like to see you be able to get one from solos, like a Nat one. That would be cool. I don't know if they'll do that. They've never done that, but that'd be kind of neat.
I mean, it seems like they're definitely going the way of the Nat, though, right? So, they've been doing that for everything almost. So I could see them totally doing that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They've just never done that with positional heroes, so I don't know if they would actually do that. But hopefully they do. That'd be cool. I don't really mind Nats once they get like 97, 98, 99 overalls. I think I saw that becoming a problem last year, when EA, and there were people that did complain about Nats, but back in like June and July when they had all like the 99 overall campaign players, and everyone was like, oh, this is, really cool, 99 overalls, woo. We don't really care if they're Nat. And I think EA took that as we like Nat cards, when in reality it's kind of like, no, we don't like Nat cards. It's just nobody cares because it's July. The next Madden comes out in a month, and this card's a 99 overall with like a 99 at every stat. I don't really think they care if they can sell it at that point. Like, they're barely playing Madden. So,
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I can see that a little bit. Texas, what are your thoughts? Do you think last year had any effect on this year, like late last year with the NAT stuff, had any effect on this year, or do you think this was their plan for a long time?
I think this was their plan the entire time, because they're not going to go change up their game off of 2 months of them doing blockbusters and doing the Tom Brady. Now, I think they were just trying to gauge communities' reactions to what they're doing. So they used those last 2 months kind of as a springboard to put something into the game and see if that would work in Madden this year. So that's kind of cool if they start doing it, though. We start getting like little sneak peeks of what EA is going to do the next year's game around June and July.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I guess it's just kind of like, I guess I can see where you're going, kind of like where they just put it out and it's like they just make sure it isn't fire, the world is burning, and as long as they don't get that reaction, then they go with it in next year.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that, yeah.
Gotcha. All right, well, I'm out of content or any topics to talk about. You guys got any last things you guys want to say, Texas?
Nope, I don't. Hopefully we get golden tickets this week, because I'm not going to be here.
Wait, you don't want golden tickets because you're not going to be here? That makes sense.
I legitimately have this many coins in my account because I want to pull golden tickets, and if I can't, I'm going to be really annoyed.
It's okay. I'll make a golden ticket Colt Cruise for you.
Appreciate that, bro.
But oh yeah, that's right. Comments from last week. There was only one in Tex's video that I want to talk about. It said, "Lol, I hate watching Tex gameplay. He doesn't care, so it's like watching tryhards play a trash can." Texas, what's your reaction to Eric Van's comment?
He's that's weird though, because like, why does he? I don't know why he feels that way. Because like, is it because I'm not out here doing like the nickel blitz? Am I running what everybody else is running, so I'm not trying as hard? Because I win the majority of the games that I play. And it's not because I'm out here not trying. I just don't care enough, I guess, to learn to blitz all the damn time or to run the same 5 plays everybody else runs on offense. I don't get why he doesn't think I care. Because I run cover 3 and I try to do different plays on offense. What?
I think
how does that make any sense?
The thing is, you got to label yourself a competitive player, and it doesn't matter how good you are. As long as people think you're good, and as long as you tell people you're good, most people will believe you. Like, there's very little. Like, all you have to do is say, I'm best in the world, but I don't have time to compete. I don't have time to play all those other fools. All you have to do is like bluff like that, and like 80 to 90% of people will just believe you. Like, that's just how it is these days. Like You talk the talk. You don't necessarily have to walk the walk.
Gotcha. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna start clicking my videos. I be number one player in the world, and it's just named. It's just number one player in the world.
Do it.
Just put a victory royale in the thumbnail.
Yeah.
See if anybody
That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do.
I love. By the way, anybody who just listened to me right there, I was being sarcastic. Please don't be like a talker. Like, stay humble.
Talk your shit.
I love you, Texas. I know you're a good player and you talk humble about yourself. And the thing is, that's not the way a lot of the community is. So just keep doing you, man.
Yeah. Also, before we go, I wonder how mad the Madden guys are right now. So this is what Darren Ravel posted on Twitter. Here are the names of 102 gamers who will be drafted tomorrow by 17 NBA teams to be their first 2K league teams. First rounders get a 6-month salary of $35,000. Everybody else gets $32,000. And it comes with housing, meals, travel expense, and medical benefits. So these 2K leaguers, who I think the 2K league's only been doing it for 3 years, maybe 2.
Yeah, about the same as Madden.
Yeah, they already got NBA teams willing and ready to pay people a salary and covering everything that they need to get these guys to represent them.
Yeah, like, so with that, like, how much, how well is NBA 2K League? Like, how well is their competitive stuff doing? Like, is it?
I think it has to be doing well enough if they're willing to pay 102 gamers $32,000 minimum.
Well, I mean, what is that? Over like $3 million?
That's it. Yeah, 17 NBA teams, so somewhere around there. Yeah.
So I mean, Madden's close to that investment with the amount of staff time.
But Madden's investing in this is the NBA teams. This is like the Timberwolves, like the Lakers. Like these are legitimate. Like 2K is not funding this. This is somebody else putting the money into and giving these guys.
I feel like
it's probably more too if you do traveling, housing, and medical benefits. So it's probably like close to 50.
Totally. Yeah.
I feel like 2K
for 6 months. Sorry.
Like a little bit more safer because like like if you're taking part in it, you're getting a salary and everything's paid versus Madden, it's kind of like, oh, you don't get money unless you win. Yeah. Really. So and I think also it just depends on what you want.
That the reason why this is going so well is it's more fun to watch basketball than football. So I win. That's the podcast.
I can't believe you put out Madden content if you don't think it's entertaining to watch. Well, that is the podcast. Hey, Lemon, I really appreciate you coming on short notice. You were the relief pitcher. I appreciate you. You actually volunteered yourself to be that for us, and I think you absolutely knocked it out of the park, even though a relief pitcher hopefully doesn't get knocked out of the park because that means they're not doing the job. So I'm mixing my metaphors, but you did a great job this week. Appreciate you coming on, bud.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, definitely. So everybody check him out. I'll put his Twitter link in the description. He tweets about MUT stuff and does some politics. So I've probably unfollowed you and then followed again, probably more than any other person on Twitter. So anyways, check him out. And the rest of us, put some comments in the comment section below, and we'll read them for next week's podcast at the end. Otherwise, take it easy. That's MUTman 106, and we're out. See you guys.